What's going on, guys? I'm Dr. P and welcome back today for another Fortnite video. Now in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the second teaser Fortnite dropped earlier this morning about Season 7. We'll go over it in depth. It actually does tell us a lot about what could be coming. Guys, we're less than 2 days away from Season 7, so let me know if you're hyped in the chat right now. Put hashtag hype. I want to see it. I need to know if you guys are excited for the upcoming season. Just imagine the possibilities. We'll dive into that a little later in the video, but just to be very brief with you quickly, there's a ton of stuff that can happen, and I'm curious to see whether or not Epic chooses to take advantage. If you like the content, if you like the video, make sure to go ahead and drop a like down below. Let's shoot for 1,500. That would be amazing. Also, if you're new around here and you're showing your face for the first time, make sure to go ahead and subscribe. I keep you updated every single day, often with multiple videos per day covering the latest Fortnite news and information as it pertains to the game and the storyline. So earlier today over on Twitter, Fortnite said, "A frigid day dawns, 2 days to Season 7, and then they go on to showcase the second teaser that we've gotten so far for Season 7. Now, right off the top of my head, the lady that's featured in the middle that looks a lot maybe like a cat, maybe she's wearing a cat mask, she reminds me a lot of Drift, just from the outline we can see there. She has very similar ears, you know, the ones that are sticking out like that, and they just look a lot alike, so I feel like maybe there could be a connection. There was a big idea that Drift could maybe be behind the whole Cube event. You can see she's actually riding on a snowboard, at least it looks like, so again, right after coming out with the skis last time, they hit us with a new method, snowboarding. So it looks like definitely in Season 7 there's going to be vehicles such as skis and snowboards to help you get around and traverse the snowy map. This is basically just confirming, again, we've gotten multiple, double downs by Epic on this. It looks like snow is for sure going to be a thing. In the background of this image, you can see a character going down a zipline. He's got his gun out. He is actually, maybe got it even at the ready to shoot. I'm not sure. But it looks like ziplines are going to become an item in the game in the future for the next season, which is pretty exciting. I mean, imagine just being able to zipline right in between big islands, big mountains. That would be insane, and it would make for a lot of interesting gameplays, that's for sure. The caption for the image is, "A frigid day dawns." Now, obviously, it seems like that frigid day is the start of Season 7, just based on what they're teasing and what's going on in the game. Obviously, everyone knows the iceberg and the storm clouds are getting closer to the island with every passing day. I recently just checked before I started recording this video, and yikes, it's getting really, really close to the spawn island. Not only is it getting close to the spawn island, but there is actually something else strange that started to go on there earlier today before the teaser even went live on Twitter. It started to snow. Like, literally, no joke, in the game right now on the spawn island, it is snowing. You can see in the background, it was kind of hard to tell the first few times I was actually playing the game, so I had to go to replay mode so I could actually, tell for sure it was snowing, but it is snowing. Nothing crazy going on, just a nice light, calming snow. It's not even sticking to the ground yet. If it does, which I'm sure it will, probably, maybe even over the course of the next few hours, it'll start sticking because, there's only 2 days left until the new season, and they're trying to tease this, and if they're trying to tease it, there's only 2 days left, so I would probably bet within the next 24 hours, it may start sticking to the ground there on the spawn island. Now, this is interesting that they're choosing to let it snow only on the spawn island. It's probably as simple as it's literally geographically closer to the storm than the rest of the island, so of course it will see the effects first. But my concern is, if you take a look here, look how far away all of that is, even from the spawn island. Like, it's still significantly far away. If you do that glitch in replay mode where you go out to the iceberg, it takes you a couple minutes to get out there. Like, even running at 4 times speed in replay, it takes a while to get out there. So it's literally really far out there, and the effects are already being seen on the spawn island. So if the storm is approaching fast, which I know it is, how long until we see the effects start to roll over onto the main island? I bet it probably won't be very long, and of course I bet we'll start seeing snow at the very worst along with Season 7's arrival in 2 days from now. So I saw something really interesting. This is courtesy of FNBR Leaks, but essentially it looks like the Slurp Juice could end up being a real-life soda they start selling in stores, which is crazy. Basically, it stems back to there was a prototype version of the drink that they gave to people who attended TwitchCon at the Fortnite venue. Apparently, it was so incredibly good that every time anyone went back, there was a huge line, and it went away very quickly. There wasn't that much soda, and it was gone pretty fast. An Epic representative was noted as saying, "I have to say I tasted the Slurp Juice myself while attending the event, and it was rather tasty. I also noticed that every time I went back to refill my cup, the machine was empty." So clearly the Slurp Juice drink was a huge hit and a wild success. Everyone was raving about it, saying how good it was. I didn't go to TwitchCon personally, but apparently it was really, really good, and I wish I'd have gone just so I could have tasted it, man. It looks like it was amazing. So, looks like it was going over well, and Epic probably at some point, if it was really as good as people say it is, should take advantage and go for it. This whole thing comes at a time where we just got a leak from FBR_news, who is a very credible leaking source. You know, a lot of what he says, basically almost everything he says comes true, and he's been around for a while. He says, according to my source, Fortnite and Coca-Cola started negotiations last week to start selling soda in the market. He says it is unknown what flavor the sodas will be and what type of design they will have, but he says they want to start on the beginning of next year selling them, so just the start of 2019, which would be in less than a month. He also notes that his source says the drink itself will not be called Slurp Juice, but rather just Slurp. So that would be interesting. It looks like we're getting the Slurp Juice drink, but technically wouldn't be called Slurp Juice, which is interesting. Just calling it Slurp, which I guess a lot of people say anyway, just the abbreviation. This could be legendary if Coca-Cola is teaming up with Fortnite to start selling Slurp Juice sodas. I don't even know what this is supposed to taste like, but just looking at what it looks like, just that kind of colored drink, I feel like it could be a nice berry flavor. I'm not even sure. Just looks like it's delicious, and I'm for sure going to test this out if it's true. And if the source is correct, then we don't even have that long to wait. It would be, you know, probably in the first month of 2019 where they would start announcing it at the very worst. And then wouldn't be long after that until it was actually being sold in stores, which would be crazy, you know. Fortnite is at a peak, and there are so many people that know what a Slurp Juice is. Even if it just said Slurp and it was branded, you know, looking like the Slurp Juice actually does, people would recognize what that is just because almost everyone that you see that is, you know, relatively in the loop has, at the very minimum, heard of Fortnite and in some way heard someone talk about a Slurp Juice just enough to kind of know what it is. The game is still really, really popular. As you can see, when I go to Twitch, it's #1 right now. It's usually #1 by a lot more than this, only edging out Hearthstone by about 2,000 viewers or so. But the game is extremely popular. A lot of people are playing the game. A lot of people are watching the game. And that's why I wouldn't be surprised at all if this is real and Coca-Cola is actually starting to do this. And I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest because Fortnite has already had lots of other partnerships with other companies. This is just what they do. They know they're popular, they know a lot of people play their game, and the partnership benefits both parties. That's just what happens. It's business. They seem to be doing a lot of these collaborations. They did one for Marvel in the Thanos game mode a while back. They're doing one for Wreck-It Ralph pretty soon. Obviously, they've got this one. They just did one with KFC. The list goes on and on. Epic just loves to do these, and I think it's awesome. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to use my supported creator code if you're ever buying any V-Bucks to support future giveaways and just support me as a creator. If you really enjoy what you see, I'd really appreciate that. I'll catch you in the next one, and until then, peace out.